All right, it's been a minute since I did a video, so I just want to do a brief update. I believe the last time I was looking for some lock washers, and I found them. So since then, valve cover gaskets are on, and I've made attempts to start it. We got a new fuel tank, new fuel pump. The fuel lines are going to have to be replaced at some point, but for right now, I blew them out. They're rusted. We're just trying to get it really for this weekend running because the customer is in town. And anyway, let me share with you what I found out. I'm not sure what year it was, but the owner of this vehicle, he pulled it out of the woods and started a restoration on it. Well, he passed away before he was able to finish the restoration. Now, I want y'all to know that this is a neighbor of mine, the widower, and then she ended up passing away. So now the car's in the family, and today's the first time, and I've been working on it since the beginning of April, and this is April 27th. Worked on this thing 21 days straight and had some other things to do. But anyway, it's got either a new engine or a rebuilt engine, which I haven't run the numbers. I know where the numbers are at on the block. I've got a book that, decodes the numbers. So I don't know if it's original, whatever. So to summarize it, here's the deal. The man was trying to restore it, and unfortunately he passes away, so he wasn't finished. He spent a lot of time on it. I'm not sure if he was trying to do the wrenching or if he had hired somebody to do the wrenching. It wasn't painted yet. After he passed away, his wife had it painted. Somebody didn't do a very good job. The front end of this thing was wrecked. They didn't fix the wreckage part before they put paint on it. Bottom line is there's a lot of people out there that'll just take your money, and I'm not that man. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. I don't care how long it takes, or if we got to stop and you got to save up your pennies, and then we start again later. If I got my hands on it, it's got to be right. My daddy always told me, anything worth doing is worth doing right. When it comes to a restoration, you cannot cut corners. You tell the customer how much it's going to cost. You do it in stages if that's what it takes. Lord, in this world, it's not all about making money, people. If you're out there and you got a business and you tell somebody you're going to do something, then that's what you should do. But unfortunately, there's a lot of characters out there that like to do quick, shoddy work trying to get a big payday so they can drive their new truck around, have their new house and all that. Well, that's baloney. I don't believe in it, never have, never will. I've always stood behind my work, and if you got a problem with any of my work, you bring it back. You've already paid. It's time to make it right. That's the way I was raised. That's the way it should be, and I'm not going to change. I got too many gray hairs for me to start changing on that notion, and I'm so grateful for my father teaching me what I believe to be the right way. So anyway, there was bad efforts, and it could have been lack of knowledge, lack of experience, or paying somebody to do a job that they just didn't do correctly. Now, we have to factor in that I found out that when he bought this car and he started working on it, it was never a daily driver. Never. He was in the process of trying to get it to that stage. I see a lot of parts that were replaced. But now, okay, so that could have been 25 to 30 years ago. All right? Somebody was making an attempt. I'm not faulting them. I just see a lot of poor work, and that's okay because we're going to have this running and driving. I've gone through the fuel system. I've got some parts for the brake system. That'll be next week. We'll have it running and stopping, and then as I'm able to drive it, I'll tell what else needs help. And that's the process. I mentioned in an earlier video that you have to work every component, every system one at a time to get to where you want to be. If you skip steps, you're wasting time and something's going to show up. Whether it's a coolant leak, transmission slipping, not enough gear oil in the rear end. I mean, there's multiple things. And if you're not a mechanic, I understand a lot of people don't understand, they don't know. So please, I'm not talking down to anybody. I like to try to explain it as thoroughly as I possibly can, because I'm not a dentist. I mean, I could tie a string to a tooth and hook it to the doorknob and pull a tooth. I could take a pair of pliers and pull a tooth, but I ain't no dentist. And if I tried doing dentist work, I might give somebody an infection. So I try to stay in my lane. Again, to wrap this up, we're 6 minutes into it. I want to try to make this briefer, but I'm kind of I really like to try to educate as much as possible. So that's where we're at in the shop. And today, tried to fire it off. I already had a new coil lined up. I knew the spark was weak. I've got to do that, and I've got to find my old school timing light to set the timing on it. So I'm going to take a break, eat some lunch, come back, mess with it again, and we'll do another video once it's running. And then we'll do another video once I can stop it. And then there'll be a video where I've got these really old tires, and they're not going to be on it to be safe on the highway because they're really old. So I'm going to go ahead and just burn them down. I don't know if I'm going to pop them or not, but this is part of where I can get the enjoyment that I know it's running and stopping, and it's a video, man. It's entertainment. So that's where we're going next. I hope you're along for the journey. A lot of people view these videos. Please, if you would, take the time to like, share, and subscribe. That builds the channel, allows me to dedicate more time to give you more content, because Lord willing, and my health holds up, we got more in the pipeline. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Thank you for taking your time to walk along this journey with me. It's been a great one so far. I'm looking forward to getting to the end. And in between, we got other projects. We're gonna do, and I'm gonna share those videos with you as well. But I just want to be thankful and grateful for everybody taking their time, and I hope everybody has a blessed day.